off. And you know, Spurs ultimately, if they do go down, I mean, we hope we don't, but if they do go down, then you know, whoever's made that decision, it hasn't worked, there has to be some questions asked up there.
That's a good point, because when you're bringing in a coach in this type of situation, a manager, you're often thinking sometimes this is about what the reaction they're going to give with the players. You also got to think, what's the reaction of the fans? You know, because there's a synergy between the fans. And even when we come in it tonight in a massive game, it still felt flat before the game. The players started flat. The fans were flat as well. So you know, when you're appointing someone, you've got to think, who's going to lift this place? Who's going to come in and lift the players, lift the fans, and put a bit of excitement and spark in them?
Have they lost experience in this side as well? Of players that know the club, Kane, Son, Dyer, people on the bench they're in, Ben Davies isn't in. Is that the problem? I
was saying that to Joe just while we were watching the game, actually. You know, there's no players from the youth team, players that I'm just thinking, I don't want to harp on about my day, but we had players like Michael Dawson, Jermaine Defoe, Ledley King, Robbie Keane, players that knew the club. I look round there now, I think Archie Gray was the best player on the pitch for Tottenham.
He's
a young lad, he's 19 years old. Where are the leaders? I know Van der Ven went off, Romero's out suspended. There's not enough leaders out there.
Archie Gray played like a boy today who had the club in his heart and thought, you know what, I'm going to leave this pitch having covered every blade of grass, and it stood out an absolute mile. And when you've got a 19, 20-year-old doing that, then that's a problem. They miss Maddison, massively miss Maddison. You know, he gives you, not only does he give you quality, he gives you personality. He wouldn't be out there hiding on the pitch tonight, but he's injured. He's sitting on the stands, you know, so you're searching for solutions.
I don't want to be overcritical, because they were down to 10 men in the first half. It was so difficult. And I mean, they're the leader at that time, best centre-half they've got, and he gets sent off. This is so difficult from now.
And that was anxiety. Van der Ven's a superb player, and he was brilliant for the first 20, 30 minutes, kept Spurs in the game, actually. But that was anxiety for a top centre-half. Never been sent off in his career. That split second when he decides to pull Sarr back, you know, I think in a relaxed Micky Van der Ven in a steady ship doesn't pull him back, because he recognises the touch was heavy. But there was so many occasions where they're making silly fouls when they didn't need to, turnovers of balls in the first half, and that all comes from confidence and belief. So the challenge is for Igor and his team is how does he get that back into the team?
Oh, it's the $1,000,000 question, literally, to keep themselves alive in the Premier League.
Might be more than $1 million if they go down.
Very true. Right, there's plenty more football coming your way shortly this weekend, and that is because we've got a busy weekend of the games that he has been in charge on, and he just doesn't seem to be this one tonight, because for the first half an hour, not too much happened, and then from 30 minutes onwards, it all kicked off, and it started with an Ismaila Sarr goal that was disallowed.
Disallowed, you know. Listen, I know Tottenham fans got away, but it's the first time I've seen a goal disallowed for a nose being offside.
Literally his nose.
It was literally his nose. And, yeah, I mean, you look at that and you're thinking to yourself, it's going to be our night. Here it is, look, nosegate.
I shouldn't believe that.
Big Crouchy was saying.
Certain players in our day that wouldn't have scored half the goals they've scored.
There's a few chalk
players are going to be getting nose jobs.
Yeah.
But literally, that's happened. But I tell you what,
Buglegate.
We spoke about the crowd in here tonight. When you get a moment like that, the crowds were behind them.
Jürgen, come in.
I'm going to pause this conversation. Jürgen Schär-Larsen, hello, how are you? Come join us. Come join us. Well done. Great result. Yep, stay where you are. You can stand next to me. Oh no, never mind. That's fine.
Someone that's taller
Good to
than
see.
Yeah, there we go. Look, well done out there. How was that for Palace tonight? Did you always feel in control of that game?
Yeah, I felt like first half and then they scored a little bit. I felt like out of nowhere, but we obviously got a little bit lucky with the red card. I haven't seen it back, but it from that moment it felt like we were going to win the game, and we had an amazing end to the first half, and great to get a goal as well.
How important was it at a club like this, where in a bit of trouble, to silence the crowd? The first goal. Did you feel that on the pitch?
Yeah, I can imagine for them playing here now, it's really tough. Obviously, I know all about that from playing at Wolves this season. It's been very tough, but at the same time, coming here as a visitor, I think that we're going to try to use that as a positive thing for us, and then play a little bit, get the crowd a little bit against us as well. And I think we did that well the first 30 minutes, and I felt like we got the game into our hands.
You look like you're enjoying your football as well. There's a crowd that they're having a good night, the boys, aren't they? You look like you're enjoying your football.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel really happy here. The way we play, intensity, and the players around me, absolutely great players.
Just touching on the players around you as a striker, you always try and build relationships with people that supply you, right? Because you want goals. Adam Wharton, how good is he to play with?
What a player. I think as an attacker, when he's on the ball, he's just make a run and he'll find you. I think those two passes looks really easy today, but they're not. So I feel like
here's the goal.
Here's your goal.
Yeah, Evan does really well to win the ball, but those touches and that little.
You can see you're off straight away. Like, you know he can.
Yeah, I know when he gets the ball, I'm on my way. So it's just about timing it, you know, all about that. And then I saw the goalie come out a little bit, so I tried to nick it under his legs. And
yeah, you had a look there, didn't you? Yeah.
I have to say, mate, your all-round game today, your hold-up play, I thought your runs were very good. Obviously, great to get the goal as well. You must be really enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel the way we play is suiting me really well, and I can be myself again. The hold-up play, I've been missing that a little bit this season, so I feel like the players around me make me look really good as well, and I can make them look good, so that's really good.
Good amount of points for Palace now. There's no danger of looking behind. It's all up. Also, a really positive European campaign that you're still very much in the mix for. So a lot to play for.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to the next months. But now we get fully deserved weekend off. And
there we go. That's what he's looking forward to.
That's why he's smiling.
Gonna enjoy that. So it's actually been really tough these past weeks. Coming to a new club, 6 games in 3 weeks, and it's been quite hard. So I feel like we deserve that now, and great to end it with a win.
No, you certainly do. Thank you so much
appreciate
for joining us.
Nice
Really appreciate it. Nice to meet you too.
Nice
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See you, mate.
There we go. I'll take that. There we go. 2 on the desk. But he is, isn't he? He settles into life well at Palace. He seems to be enjoying himself.
Yeah, he looks like you know when it fits. He looks like he's been there for years. Crouch, what you said, like he looks like he loves playing with Wharton and size. As a centre forward, he's got midfielder who can supply him. He's got pace around him, runners off him. It looks like he said Steve Parish has done another good job, you know, because would have been suitors for him after the World Cup, because I expect him to go to the World Cup and do bits.
When you join a club or you look round the club, certainly, you look at the supply line, and I think for him, you can see he's building relationships. I think he'll get the amount of chances to score goals, and obviously Mateta not moving on, it gives him that kind of added. He needs to keep scoring goals. He needs to do well to when Mateta's back. He's obviously going to rival him for a place, but he's doing fantastic well.
I'll tell you what, them two up front together, it will be a handful if Glasner puts them together. That is a very, very lumpy.
A lumpy?
Yeah, well, it's, you know, you don't usually have a big man and a little man.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah, it's a compliment. Okay. Like 2 powerful boys up front. They'll be a handful for anyone.
Right. Put that in the next stat pack there under their name. But let's get back to talking about the goals tonight, because we were talking when Ismail Sarr's goal was disallowed. They really got behind their team and they thought, actually, potentially, maybe this is going to be our night. And then, lo and behold, comes up with a goal. Yeah,
it's a great goal. It's a set piece. Archie Gray, I thought, was fantastic. I mean, got to give him his flowers. He does so well here. This is the kid who was playing centre half. Look at this. That's a good winger would be proud of that. And he finds a pass. Solanke. Lovely little bit of movement, Crouchy, and gets across it.
Yeah, just keeps it alive, Archie Gray. Again, he was Tottenham's best player. He's 19 years old, and he's leading this team. Pops up on the right-hand side, keeps it alive. Great bit of wing play, and I think that's actually a really, really good finish from Solanke. I think if he gets the service, he's going to get goals. Just doesn't. Obviously going to be difficult tonight with 10 men. Just didn't get the service after that.
Solanke lumpy as well.
Yeah, he's a big lad, yeah.
A little bit lumpy.
They're all big compared to me, Beck.
I know, we're like little borrowers when Strad Larson was stood next to Crouchy as well. But look, the crowd are then onside. The noise that went off in here when that ball hit the back of the net for Solanke was amazing, but then they were their own undoing. Micky van der Ven, what was he thinking?
It is just anxiety, nervousness here, because there's a mistake. And then